Hey, what's up, guys? You may not realize it, but some of the foods you eat every single day are silently irritating your gut, right? Silently fueling chronic inflammation and possibly prostate inflammation, silently affecting your performance in the bedroom. So let's talk about what's really happening. It all comes down to lectins. Lectins are a anti-nutrient found in some foods. The carnivore diet doesn't like these anti-nutrients, right? Anti-nutrients are plant compounds that typically will interfere with digestion, block some mineral absorption, and possibly trigger inflammation. And lectins can be some of the worst offenders, particularly if you're more sensitive to them, right? So besides carbohydrates, which turn into sugar in our body, lectins are found in these same types of foods, these same carbohydrates like wheat, pasta, beans, nuts, probably some of the nuts you and I eat every day. But before you panic, right, here's the deal. Lectins aren't all bad. In small amounts, they can support your immune system and give you some great nutrients. But too much, that's when, the problems can start: gut irritation, inflammation, and even some insulin resistance, which leads to, prostate issues, low testosterone, weak erectile function. So we gotta be balanced about what we're doing. I talk a lot about tomatoes on this page, red bell peppers. But tomatoes and red bell peppers, even though they're great for prostate health because they have the lycopene, obviously, they're also high in lectins. So how do we fix that? First, stop eating them in your salads so much, raw, because they can be an irritant and you're not really getting the lycopene, so it just looks colorful. You got some vitamin C in it if you're using red bell peppers. Cook your tomatoes, roast them in the oven, cook them on the stove. This cooking breaks down the lectins and makes the lycopene more absorbable, right? You can peel them, it can de-seed them. Lectins are in the skin and the seeds, most of that. But just eat less raw. Use fermented tomato products. They're naturally lower in lectins. Always use olive oil or coconut oil to cook down your red tomatoes and bell peppers because it helps to absorb the lycopene and reduce inflammation as well. Right? Coconut oil or olive oil. So yeah, when it comes to tomatoes and red bell peppers, that's mostly what we talk about here. A lot of that, but just prepare them in the right way, and you get the benefits without so much of the downsides. So you have high lectin foods to watch out for. You have grains, which is wheat, barley, oats, especially whole grains, right? It's more lectin in there. You have legumes. I like that word, legumes. That's beans, right? You got lentils, red beans, black beans, peanuts. Peanuts are very high in lectins, actually. And you have soybeans. Nightshade vegetables, avoid this. Again, we talked about the tomatoes, cook it properly. Potatoes, eggplants, you got to moderate, the eggplants and tomatoes. Make the eggplants. Potatoes, throw them in the fridge first. We talked about preparing potatoes in a way to make them more resistant starch. I personally don't eat peanuts at all, by the way, just going back. I do eat beans once or twice a week. Lentils, it's good fiber. But I tend to throw in an avocado in there as well, an extra slice or extra half avocado, and just a little bit of teaspoon of olive oil or coconut as well when I eat meals that have beans in them. And something you may not expect, some of your go-to prostate-friendly nuts like almonds and walnuts, cashews, things I talk about here on this page, they also contain lectins, right? So handful here and there, right? That's why you're always eating some avocado or other healthy fats with that. Soaking your almonds, right? Don't worry about this though, right? You can soak your almonds, you can roast the almonds, you can roast your nuts a little bit. I like eating roasted cashews. That helps the digestion. I don't really eat raw. Roasted cashews is easy to digest. Almonds, soak them in some water overnight, and they make You can take them and eat them that way. That loosens up the lectin, right? Helps them easier to digest. I put them in my quinoa bowl, my quinoa porridge, in the morning for breakfast. So I'm gonna give you a list of, and those are the foods you have to just kind of know how to manipulate and work around. And then you have grass-fed meats. These are things that are low in lectins. Fish oil, high, fatty fish, omega-3s, no inflammation. Avocados, eat avocados. Coconut oils, healthy fats that also boost testosterone levels. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, kale. Make sure you wash the kale well. Then you got berries, blueberries, strawberries, pomegranates, that boosts nitric oxide for better blood flow. Of course, you got pumpkin seeds, Brazil nuts, get the Brazil nuts, pistachios as well. So the idea is to be aware of what you're putting in your body so you can balance things out. Eat some food for the beneficial things, elements they have there, and balance it out with other foods. And moderate your lifestyle. Let's get healthy.